Oh, cool.
All right, guys, we are live. Welcome back. Well, I guess I can put can I do my banner now again? Let me see. How about this? Give me 20 seconds, guys. All right, I guess I can bring that back.
There you go.
How's everybody doing? We got Melafilla Crypto.
What's up, Pride?
He's in the bed,
Chris.
sleep. He's in the bed with his pill behind his head.
I wish.
Chilling.
And then we got Chris Cruz in the house as usual. What's up, buddy?
What's up, everybody?
So what we gonna get into tonight, man? I know before, like I said before, we talking about the big AMA with Nick Caliani. I didn't get a chance to see your AMA with him yet, but I was watching. I didn't know that Nick's was 2 hours long, so I was trying to listen to it. I got it like almost an hour 45 minutes in. I haven't seen the last 30 minutes of it, but kind of interesting.
There's a lot of information out there, and I think it's
kind of overwhelming information.
Right. That's what the weekend was. It's filled with starting it off with some AMAs that he's doing. Fowler and I are going to do some a Twitter space after this.
Yeah.
Nick is invited to everything, but the whole key was to talk through everything, try to get as many questions as possible answered, so that people are educated. Because it looks like on Monday there'll be a vote. And,
to see if they want to raise the money, right?
Well, if they want to have Nick go forward with Nick's plan, and then Nick will immediately file for a legal entity in Dubai and establish, paperwork, basically that it's a legitimate company and all that. So, but I think that's the important thing is this whole weekend, whatever we can do or whatever anybody can do to be open and get out there, that people can actually get some questions answered and things like that.
Yeah, because the thing I took away, the big thing is, one, is going to be a lot of NFTs. Two, we need to raise what the NFTs going to cost $150. The NFTs increase your vesting period, right? Increase the amount, right?
Increase the amount that you can draw. Yeah.
That you can draw out. And there's going to be more partners as far as the walking blockchain. Nick's is bringing his team in.
Yeah.
So that's going to cost that's going to cost more money. That's one reason why we got to raise he wants to raise $3 million. And the price is going to go from $9 to $5.
Yep.
Correct.
What else I'm missing?
Well, the nodes and light nodes and the different breakdowns of the OGs and boosters and creatives.
OGs is everybody that sacrificed. All node holders are the OGs.
Yeah, now he talked about doing a Google Doc where you could see what your nodes, what you would be making. You can input your information with your nodes and what you would be making with the new system. He talked about that. Kryptonian was really talking about that part with him. There's quite a bit of information. I mean, he answered quite a bit of questions. Now, I did not get to see, but he went on to Daniel's live. I did not get to see that part, but I imagine he was answering questions over there too. And like he said, he wants to do lives. He wants to come on and he wants to answer as many questions as possible, even after the vote. And if the vote goes that we go forward with Nick's proposal, then he'll make it legal and make sure all the documents are taken care of and start pushing for things. Talking about some of the things were a little bit like the blockchain launching September 1st. With
I thought that was pretty big news, right?
Yeah, and then he said that transactions will be, small, but we'll see it working, and we can transfer it to each other. I think what he was saying. So, and then And then he had some stages as to other things that would be going on and adding validators. And then basically, it looks like towards the end of October, a little bit farther, depending on how things go. Then
Depends how much money we raise.
Yeah. And that's the important thing. And he's being realistic. I mean, I'm super glad that he talked about bringing facts and data to his meeting, and he did. And I like the fact that he was saying that with the liquidity that we have right now, it'd be very difficult for us to launch and everything. Okay, tell us like it is, man. Tell us what's going on, and so we can have a plan moving forward. Now, this is Nick's proposal for a plan.
Yeah. Do you think we can? You think we're gonna raise $3 million in NFTs?
I don't know. I mean, there might be what he's talking about and stuff like that. The ecosystem with artists from art, painting, and music and different things. There might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But all I know right now is Nick has posted. He has put out his plan, and the plan is, what he was saying is, this is what I would want to do if you want me to move forward with this. So we got to get all the questions answered, no matter what it is, so that everybody knows exactly what they're experts at Nick's plan. So when it comes time to vote, they'll know. And once that happens, once the vote happens, then we would be, there. Okay, now Nick's going with the direction that we're going. So I'm not sure how the plan will work. I don't know if we could raise that money. If we can't, he's got it in phases where he thinks that it gives it a decent shot. So
yeah.
But that's the gist of it right now. I mean, we can think into the future. I mean, 6 months from now, we might be like, wow, this is the greatest blockchain to ever exist. You never know. But for right now, we just need to get out every question that anybody has. We need to try to get them a valid answer, and so that they can make a decision to vote one way or the other, yes or no.
So, Chris, I have a question for you, just based on the conversations you had in the AMA today. I'm looking at the roadmap here, and one thing that kind of sticks out to me is there's a $1 million target for booster sales, and it looks like that is going to be within the first 4 weeks, starting September 1.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but those booster NFTs, those are open to the public, right? So that's not just current holders of Vulcan, or those of us that sacrifice, the OGs, if you will, correct?
Yeah. Now the OGs will have a higher weighted NFT, is like what he was talking about. But what you're talking about,
we would have a higher weighted NFT, but because what I'm getting at is this. Yesterday, I was kind of on the fence if this $1 million target would be feasible in a month's time. But I'm thinking differently about that today, and the reason why is because if mainnet releases, or mainnet candidate 1 releases on September 1st, now you have a proof of concept, right?
Right.
You have Nick's plan. It's being executed. Within the community, of course, we're going to know about it, understand it a little bit better, and have some experience with it. But now you've got outsiders looking in that could potentially want to invest in those booster NFTs. I think it's very feasible for us to, or the blockchain to, generate $1 million in a month's time. If the proof of concept works well.
Yeah, and I think that, and there are a lot of questions that I had, a lot of concerns, but those are questions that are more on the side of the fact that I'm a novice at crypto, and the behind the scenes, smart contracts and blockchains and all that stuff, just they don't make any sense to me. But I have a lot of questions about that. But my point was that the overall vision that Nick was putting out there, to me, was I don't know if it can work. I mean, I'm going to leave that up to the smart people like you guys, but I don't know about that stuff. You guys could be telling me and be like, you can't make this, can't make that. Okay. All right. But what I'm saying on my side is I understand the business side, and I understand that what Nick is trying to do, to me, is something that is better for the world. That we once, if he has this vision, he can put it out there. We can all be very proud of what's accomplished. I mean, artists of all kinds, music,
Yeah, he's big in that art and stuff
painting,
and NFTs.
those people, I mean, they want to focus on their craft. They're geniuses at what they do. But I mean, they don't want to make a YouTube video, or they don't want to make. So a lot of this stuff gets just drowned out. Nobody knows about these people. But if they would have a way that like a blockchain or stuff that can do something, you know, and I know that there might be some others and stuff like that, but who knows? I mean, it opens the door up for me, and I like the ecosystem part of it and everything. But at the same time, you know, that's great to look down the future, but we have to worry about here and now. And here and now is, will this vote even pass, and will Nick be a part of even doing this? Because Nick has let it be known he will not have anything at all to do with this if Brian is a part of it. So, you know, that's a whole issue right there. Yes, if Nick gets the yes votes, what happens there? They create a legal entity and move forward and everything. How does that all work? You know, there's a lot of questions. But another thing that I really liked, and if you haven't seen the AMAs, when I was talking to him, I was pretty much focusing on making sure we got all the questions asked, and he was answering them and all that kind of stuff. But one thing I noticed is there were some questions that he wasn't sure about, and he was taking the time to like write them down. And he was like, yeah, I think, you know, I'm open to revisit that and talk about it and stuff like that. So it wasn't like he's like, this is my plan. If you don't like it, you can all pound salt. You know, he's like, this is my plan. And a lot of the things that people were talking about were legitimate things. And he was like, I'm open to it, you know? So I liked that part too. But other than that, a lot of the stuff he's talking about is like really going over my head. So I'm depending on you guys to break that stuff down. So when you're talking about NFTs being this and that, I'm like, okay, I can just read what's on the paper. I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
I want to know.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian.
So I want to know about the NFTs. Like, I know you got the boosted NFT. As far as the boosted NFT, you got to remember, did they change, like, for new investors from the blockchain, the ones that didn't sacrifice, they're not going to be vested, right? So
I think he does put that in there. I think everybody ends up. I might not be right. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out why would they buy the boosted NFT? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If they don't have no vesting at all, they're not, you know, part of the investors.
I don't know. I would have to look at a little bit more, or someone in the chat probably have to straighten that out. But I did not think of that.
Got Biz here, Aristista, John, Teddy One, Jacko. What's up, guys? Biz again. Shadow X. Hey guys, how's it going? Crypto Tejano, what's up? Wise Choice Money, what's up, family? Gus, what up, everybody? Hope everyone is well. Shadow X hands, what up again? Crazy Diamond here listening. Wise Choice Money, can't wait for those NFTs. Looking forward to that Google spreadsheet breakdown.
All right, well, hold on, wait on those. Are you talking about the NFTs that Nick's talking about? Or are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, the other one I don't think you've talked about. But you got to wait. They got to make. I mean, people get ahead of themselves. He has to make sure he gets the votes, and that gets established. So that's,
yeah,
you know, that'd be great, and that'd be good.
I think the vote will pass with flying colors.
Yeah, but I think that I think you're right. But I want the vote to pass because everybody's educated. Because I don't want 6 months from now Nick's doing something and he talked about it and people just forgot about it and were like, oh, I didn't know it was going to do that, and then they're completely surprised. I want them to be like, yeah, I know everything about what Nick was talking about. I've gotten educated and I vote yes, or I vote no, whatever they're going to vote. But I want them to be over the top. Like, man, I know so much stuff about what Nick's plan is that I actually can't even think anymore. My brain's fried.
Yeah. Aravis says, great interview, Chris. What blockchain will those NFTs be on? That's a good question. Huh.
He talked about that, though. He talked about that. I don't know, but he said something about it, and I was. Did he say multiple blockchains? I don't know.
Mountain Delight's in here. Hi, guys. Crypto Terry. Hi, guys.
What's
September
up,
1st or before. What's good, fellas? Hope you're having a good Friday night. Zero Cool. Razmataz. Artie Party. Okay, whatever that is. Gus says, I know a lot of people are tight on funds, but 18K of holders buying a booster is 2.7 million.
Yeah, but I think we'll get more than that because since it's open to the public, right? So we're beyond 18, the 18,000 holders.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to figure out what's the deal for the public. How are they going to benefit from it?
I think the only thing I've been kind of wondering about is, I mean, you're right. I think we said, somebody said 8,000?
18,000.
Oh, 18,000 need to be sold. I mean, if it were just individual people, where are we getting even half that population to come? And with what marketing, by the way? So that's another thing I've been thinking about. That's kind of be like, I listened to the AMA. I listened to the live, and it was just, Nick has the right ideas. He has the right ideas. Trust me, guys. He has the right ideas. There's a lot of problems still, and and you guys know where I'm about to go with this. Is just the trust. I mean, there's some people right now that are invested right now that will throw money at Vulcan, no problem, right? Because they really want to see the blockchain go, and that's nothing wrong with that. But then you got people who still are like, whoa, everything I just been through, right? This whole roller coaster. Then you got the people that's gonna come in and be like, what's going on here? I see all these videos. You got some guy that scammed you. What's happening with that? A lot of stuff is just like no answers, right? Like we have no answers right now, and we gotta get to those answers, man. I truly believe that the faster they get to those answers of the questions that need to be answered, and we all know what that question is: what happened to the money, right? Because last thing I'm going to do is put money into something and it was just vanished. Nope. No idea. Nobody's put a label on anybody or nothing. So it's kind of like, why would anybody want to do that? Like serious people. Like why would I get people here because they believe in the blockchain? That's right. But I'm talking about if we needed 8,000 people, let's say 8,000 new wallets right now. How are we going to get 8,000 new wallets with no marketing? And we gotta put this stuff together. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The math ain't mathing too much, but that's what I was hoping Nick was going to get to. He really didn't. I mean, again, he has great ideas, the way he wants to fundraise and everything else, but like, there's still some holes missing, man. Like you're asking people to go out and shill, right? Think about it. You're asking people to go shill a fundraiser. And we don't even know what happened to the last fundraising money.
Yeah, because we only got $1 million left, he says, right?
Right.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the reality. That's the reality right now. I mean, it's all, again, I get everybody wants to get positive and stuff. I want to get positive too, but I got to be real with you guys, man. Like, I'm done smoking on hopium. I used to smoke on hopium for almost 6, 7, 8 months, right? Every day, wake up.
We know what you're smoking on now.
Right.
Chronic.
I gave up the hopium, man. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like I was drinking hopium and sniffing on hopium for a very long time. And look where it got me. Look where it got me. Look where it got us, right? So I'm just trying to be it's nothing wrong with guys, everybody being happy about the AMA, and you should, because again, Nick has great ideas. These are great ideas, and he shouldn't have to be the one answering for where the money is. He shouldn't be the guy. He wasn't in the seat. He wasn't in the seat when this was happening, right? Yep. And guess what? Everybody that was in the seats and there before Nick was he was a consultant at one point. So technically, even whether there was a Uxie Labs legal entity or not, he wasn't going to be part of it anyway. So he shouldn't be the one answering the questions about where the money is. And that's my problem, is that he's coming out here, he's putting himself out there too. I mean, I want to feel like if he's bold enough to go on the camera and say these things, I think he has some reassurances. But there's still, I mean, it's one thing to be reassured for him to have his reassurances to come out here and say, hey, we need a fundraise, we need this and that, all that great stuff. But at the same time, we aren't getting the answers as investors. And I'm not talking about YouTubers and everything. I'm talking about us as investors. And that means everybody else out there. And then also that means everybody who potentially would have to come in from the public and partake in a blockchain that hasn't been released yet, and it's already collected pre-sales and everything else, right? So there's a reality in that. So there's a story attached to that. And people will know that story because guess what? The videos are out there. We're already on the internet, guys. We're on the internet. So again, it's not Nick's fault. I'm not putting anything on Nick right now for this, but answers have to be given to where the money is. And we haven't heard them. And I just don't see serious people coming in here being like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna put high amount of dollars in somewhere that hasn't really answered the question of where the money that was collected they first go around in fundraising. So I mean, that's just how I feel, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys tell me if I'm wrong feeling like that.
No, you're right, Follow, because you know what? That's not Nick's that's not hello everyone.
Yeah, but at the same time, I know that you're agreeing with Fowler, but you know,
no, you know, it's not Nick's fault. It's not Nick's fault.
It's not Nick's fault, but Nick's plan going forward.
It's plan B. It's the other two guys that need to come out.
That's what I'm saying is they don't have if they don't have a legal entity or any kind of partnership or anything. Jason is just I don't know about Jason. That whole situation with him and Brian being friends and everything like that. I don't know. But you take the other founders and the team members and Nick, there's no entity. I mean, I don't think that. I think that's the part that we're all like, okay. I mean, we were all in the impression that there was a partnership agreement, and they had talked through all this stuff. There is no partnership agreement. Yeah. I mean, if I don't even know how they can prove any of this stuff, and at the same time, they have serious legal issues that if I was their attorney, I'd be telling them not to even say anything. They can't. Anything public could be wow. They could open themselves up to all kinds of doors.
And so, I'm wondering if there's really an investigation going on with Homeboy out there.
Yeah, that's it.
Because we haven't even heard anything, and I'm like, all right, if there was something, you know, Plan B came out and said, oh, there's an investigation. Okay, that's all we heard. Nothing else have we heard, and then we're considered fudders. Right, because we want answers by a certain individual because he thinks that the blockchain is the best thing. And like you mentioned earlier, Chris, yes, I knew that this blockchain with no money, even if it launched, it was going to just crash.
Yeah, it wasn't going to survive. So
no, it's not going to survive. And so we need. I'm not trying to be a fudder or but we don't have answers yet. I like Nick's ideas. I told you guys the other day, hey, would it be hard to rebrand, right? The name, you guys were, it's going to be difficult. What's going to happen? He's going to rebrand, right? Change the name.
Cost more money, too.
Exactly. It's going to cost more money. And so we don't, there's no funds. And yeah, it sounds nice to put $150 and get a booster and stuff. But do I really want to put another 150 or 300 or $600 to get multiple boosters? I don't know. Exactly. I can trust Nick, but what about the rest of the guys? They haven't,
And the other thing is, Brian they got to be on kind of good terms for Brian to be in the Vulcan Discord still talking stuff.
Now that, from what I understand, they and I guess someone will have to verify this, but they said it openly in the Discord. They banned Triple Moon Goddess because their logs showed that she was the one that was unbanning Brian. Yeah, there's a screenshot of it and everything like that, and the person said, "Why is Triple Moon Goddess banned? Or where is she at?" And they said that was she the one, unbanning Brian? And one of the mods said, according to our logs, yes.
Wow! I didn't know Triple Moon got banned.
Yeah, I mean that's what they were. There's screenshots of it and everything like that. So I don't know, but she's not here to defend herself or anything like that. I don't know, And
No, but she's over there at the Yum Discord, the Yum Queen or whatever that she wants to call herself. And then she was complaining why that the Brew Discord were giving her jabs and punching her in her ass for the same reason, because she thinks Brian is like God, and which we all know he's not. He's just another individual, right? But yeah, she's in that Discord, man. So
well, I mean that's it. But the only thing that we have is that I think we're at a very tough position, and so is Nick. So we make a stand that we need the investigation to recover whatever funds, whatever that is, and all that kind of stuff, and then you can just pretty much forget about the blockchain, because that will take quite a while for an investigation and all that. So the blockchain will definitely be pushed out that way, or we go with Nick's plan and all that kind of stuff. All of them. Nick's plan is reasonably okay, and going to try to do the investigation into Brian is equally. But that's, I think, what this weekend is pretty much about, and what the vote for Nick is going to be. I mean,
I will say this, Chris. I think the one thing I did hear that kind of was like, all right, there's a real good chance all this stuff can kind of get back on the right track, is when you said, I think you asked them about becoming a legal entity.
Yes.
Coming around, going to Dubai and stuff, and getting that stuff done. I think if that happens before we try to do any type of fundraising, I think that will raise the chance.
Well, he talked about
a successful
on the live. He talked about. I am a Kryptonian might be able to correct me if I'm wrong. This and the everybody that was there. I'm pretty sure that when he said that, we talked about it. He said that as soon as the vote, if the vote was for yes, he was like going to be on a plane to finish it. He's got dual citizenship, and he had already started the paperwork, and he would be on a plane to finish it. Like we're talking, however long the government takes over there, he would be immediately doing that. That would be the first thing before all this September 1st and all that stuff comes up. That's what I think. I might be wrong, but Kryptonian can confirm that.
No, I definitely don't know if Kryptonian's there, but I think
is Kryptonian there? What's up, Kryptonian?
What's up, fellas?
Oh, he's
What's
there.
up, gentlemen?
Oh, okay.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, buddy?
Well.
Well. Yeah, so I'm listening to all you guys just opine, because that's all you guys are doing is opining. No, I'm just kidding. No, I agree with all you.
Look proud of.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Matt?
Oh,
man, back is real.
Damn.
Yeah, I
That
learned
hurt.
by watching you, bro. Nah, it's not with you guys.
Man, that hurt his
but-
grandchildren.
That hurt me.
His grandchildren.
Shit.
All of a sudden, Prize eating popcorn. He's like, hell yeah, I want to see this shit go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Teddy One says that he says that's what Nick said. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he seemed
He's
to be
also
very.
waiting for the rebranding, right? So once the branding, obviously that doesn't have to be done yet. At least the name has to be established. But yeah. But one thing I want to comment on when you guys, what Fowler was talking about, and I agree that that Nick should not be the one, and I think we all agree, should not be the one answering any of the questions about where's the money, where's this, where's that, right? And honestly, I don't think he's going to be the one to do it. Even after the company's been, let's say they have the formation and now everybody's in contract, everybody's on paper and on purpose. I still don't believe he's going to be the one to come out. All right, this is what happened with everything. It's not his responsibility. It's the team's responsibility. That the team is left standing, I think. And so I think there's still, I mean, this isn't going away. It isn't going to be like, yay, new blockchain, new protocol. And everybody just kind of forgets. No, we don't forget. Right. So I'm looking forward to those conversations. Obviously, we're just getting into it. It's not like, I think people just need to get out of the microwave mentality. I want my answers now. And if I don't get it, burn it down. That's just irresponsible. It's immature. Let's be realistic here, guys. I mean, nothing ever. I mean, that's just not how the law works in general. I mean, there's a process. And let's let the process play out. I believe there are things happening in the back end that we don't know anything about, and I'm going to say legally. Let's just see what happens and as it plays out. So I think there's two stories happening at the same time. One, what's happened with the money, that's all going to come out, and then of course what happens with the new protocol moving forward. So I'm paying attention to both trains, and I will be partaking in both of those stories to some degree. So I hope we can all agree that it ain't over yet, right? It's just getting started. So.
Yeah, but I do think that one thing I think they need to do, I mean, I agree with Fowler on it. I mean, I wish they could be just a little bit more vocal. You know, I don't know what they're being, you know, attorney wise and all that kind of stuff and everything and all that stuff. But I mean, can they even say that there is an investigation? I mean, I don't know how that comes across. So I don't know, but I wish they could say more.
Well, they have been saying everything's under investigation, right? I mean, they have said that, but they haven't said anything officially.
Very vaguely. I don't know if that's because of attorneys or it's because of the way that it was structured. I mean, there was no company.
Or the lack thereof it being structured, right? We know it wasn't structured. So even with it not being structured, and understandingly, if there was no structure, then there's no foundation. There's no foundation. There's no standing. So unfortunately, this is where we're at. So until there's some sort of structure or there's a formation, then there can be some standing, and I hope that makes sense. But I think there's still to be determined, and I hope, and I agree with you guys, you know, Fowler and Chris. The team team needs to be more vocal, because the answers given, obviously, the lack of answers, we haven't forgotten. We still got questions, and one of you guys, I think Fowler was saying it, had said it before I jumped on, that they're asking for another fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yet we just went to, you know, we just. What happened to the first fundraiser, right? And
what happened to Uzi swap money?
Right.
Sacrifice.
Well, he did say he's looking into that. He doesn't know enough about it, but he will be doing a separate AMA on that. So I'll be looking forward to that one. Let's see what happens there.
Well, honestly, do you guys expect him to do anything until the vote? I mean, I don't expect him. I expect him to be doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Answering questions and everything like that. And once the vote is done, depending on how long he has, I mean, I don't know how long is how long is it going to take to establish the entity and all that kind of stuff? Because I don't want him to do an Uxie AMA or whatever when he can't be completely honest and, you know, tell the whole story and all that kind of stuff. So I want if we vote yes, I want that company established as soon as possible. I want to see the documentation. Here we are. Bam, we're a company. And then I want to hear the real Nick. I want to hear the really story. I want to hear what we are doing, you know, from everything, you know, and you know, if that's the way we go. If we don't go that way, then, you know, it is going to be what it is.
Yeah, but it's got to start with answers first, man. Like,
yeah, I'm just shocked we only have $1 million. That should have been like a super red flag to me. Like $1 million is all we got left.
Right.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you know, you look at all the damn purses Brian Legend owns. I mean, shit, what do you expect?
Well, and Fowler's right too. I mean, he makes a lot of good points. I mean, it comes from being a genius. But anyway,
cue the music, Brian. Cue the music.
Hey, you know what? I could admire somebody without being rude like you, Kryptonian, and calling people other names like Richard Hart. And, you know, you okay down there, Compton? I know you're licking your wounds from early, but Fowler brings up an excellent point, and this is the part that I want to change this narrative, and I can be pushed out of Vulcan or whatever it's rebranded and everything like that. But I want to seriously we're on these lives we're doing. I want to stop selling this hopium crap.
Thank you.
Because the very thing that Nick started off, well, didn't start off, but he said in his live, and it was the same thing that I was saying, and I was a fudder, and I was talking nonsense and all that kind of stuff, and basically banned from anytime I would say anything in the community. I'm like, oh, you're just trying to destroy it. But Nick even said, with the liquidity that we have, this blockchain will not survive.
Right.
Okay, but he said that in his live a couple weeks after we found out how much money was left. And I'm not selling people hopium. I want to sell them the really the facts, the data, and moving forward. If we
Right.
come up with a problem, I don't want to hear about, oh, I want to just hear positivity. No. We can't talk about positive things unless we take care of the issues and we talk them through and figure them out. Not push them to the side and say they'll just get better on their own. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's like that meme, person standing in front of a burning house. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Well, that
Sounds like
wasn't
Prado.
a meme. That wasn't
We
a
gotta
meme, bro.
fix
That
those
was
things.
CNN. That was CNN.
That sounds like
wasn't a meme.
Kryptonian, right?
Yeah,
That actually really happened.
that's CNN and everything. But that's my point. Is that, and Fowler's right. This hopium stuff. Look, we need the facts, and I'm hoping that if Nick is if there's a yes vote and we move forward with Nick and everything like that as a community, we've decided that. I'm hoping that Nick is always bringing us the facts and always bringing us the data and the really of everything, and not like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. We're going to be, we had a guy that was like, selling us that crap for quite a while. Look what we got into. So my point is that I'm done with the hopium thing, just like Fowler, and I do want the answers to that, but I'm thinking more on the legal aspect of, I don't know if they actually can say anything at this particular moment because there is no legal entity. I might be wrong. And this might be the last live I'm on, because people will be like coming for me with pitchforks.
They can't even afford lawyers.
That's what I'm saying, Pride. Where's the money going to come from?
Yeah.
Right.
You need a lawyer. You need marketing.
Right.
There's a lot of needs.
Right.
Man, they
Not
can't
enough
even afford
money.
a new.com at GoDaddy, man, for $9.99. I mean, we're freaking broke, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, question.
I mean,
Should we start
I'll buy the domain.
Should we start our own token?
Can you what?
Should we start our own token?
Somebody's
We're gonna
already
call
doing
Man,
that.
you need to go back on mute. What the heck are you talking about? Starting your own
Man,
token? Man, get out of here.
You got
We're trying to
several
start our own
tokens. What's on your mind? What you doing?
hey, look, we're considered the fudders now.
Are we? Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. Yeah.
Well,
Because I'll tell you what. Us FUDing, we're getting answers, right? I mean, well, at least more or less we are.
Yeah.
I mean, if Brew and hadn't basically stayed on our asses, we'd still be thinking, oh yeah, freaking Vulcan blockchain, $1 million at day one, like that bullshit they were told. So I wear that badge with an honor, man. So absolutely.
Hey, same here.
Honestly, this is how I feel, man. Like, again, you come with the legal entity, right? You get going with that, boom. That's going to build trust in itself.
Oh,
you do the rebrand, that helps us as influencers and YouTube and moderators like Chris Cruz and everybody, right? Like that just in itself is kind of like, all right, we got this Vulcan stink off of us, right? Not completely. There's still ghosts.
Well, from what I hear, there's a reason why Vulcan stunk, but that's for another day.
Right. Right.
I know where you're going. With that one.
Right. But the whole thing is, though, we get to kind of, it's a little bit different because, like, as you guys know, just like Robert Duquette said, the cockroach. Look,
I killed them cockroaches.
Right. Look, I'm telling you, like, we don't have that. Well, we shouldn't have that. So if that pops up, then it's all bets off. It's pitchforks for real, torches and everything else. But let's just say the cockroach does not come back. It should, this time around after the rebrand, it should be different, right? Now, does the marketing go as far as what was spent on Vulcan initially? I have no idea. We don't know what was spent on marketing.
But he want to spend $1 million on marketing. I don't know if you see his spreadsheet he put up. He did want to spend $1 million on marketing.
I mean, do we know if he was going to spend it or he was going to be like, hey, I'm about to spend 1.1 million, and then it just ends up going, next she knows, hey, I got this new car as well, like this new Bugatti, right? And then,
on the side.
Right, with Vulcan on the side. Nice marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you had to deal with before.
Mhm.
With this, with a legal entity, a new rebrand, maybe we get some marketing dollars, maybe we get an angel investor here, somebody come save our lives, like, who knows? But look, the thing is, we'll be in the driver's seat. As for me personally, like a guy who's going to be making content, that's a lot better feeling when I get to see, I get to tell people, you know what was different from the last time? We got a legal entity between this core founders or core team members that's there currently right now. We got a new rebrand. I don't care if it's called Jelly Bean. For all I care, it could be anything. It could be anything other than Vulcan at this point, and I'll probably make content just off of that. But it won't be hopium, and that's the difference I'm talking about. That just like Chris was saying. We're not going to be selling this hopium stuff, man. This stuff got to change, man. Because as you can see, when hopium is there, all types of nefarious things can happen right underneath your nose, man. And that can't happen again. But I think if you want to get to the road of recovery, that's the only way we're going to recover. And I mean, are we going to come out blazing and stuff? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
But I mean, unless this comes out during the bull run and something magical happens, who knows? But like,
do you guys think that what's his name, Brian, ever altered those numbers from sacrifice? So basically saying he could mess with the numbers and tweak them, saying that let's say there's only 100,000 in sacrifice, but he can change the numbers and be like, oh yeah, we have 1 million.
He did.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
And he said he did.
Yeah, he said that.
He says like 50 million on the web page, but we didn't really do that. That was marketing.
Yeah.
The same like with this. His market making trading that's wash trading.
It went something like this. I lie to you because I love you. Something like that. Yeah.
And then you get smacked.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. And then you get smacked. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Then you get smacked. And then, did you like that?
Yeah.
I got more for you.
Yes, I got some more.
I got some more for you, bro.
More, please.
Let me get to some of these comments, guys.
I'm sorry. I keep running my mouth.
Jada Vulcan, man, remember this with our community and new investors, in which I'm sure Nick will be pushing with his followers. OBZ says Nick had great ideas and they're realistic. Chaz Hammer, we first need to know why we should trust this team, Nick included, before we can even dream about anything blockchain related. Well, at least Nick has, previous experience,
Yeah, so we hear that a lot, right? It's like you hear this a lot too. You don't trust a man by his words, trust him by his action. Well, I take it one step further in the principles that I follow. I don't trust a man, or I don't judge a man by his actions. I judge a man by the fruit of his actions. And from what I've seen so far, there has actually been some tangible fruit that Nick has had to offer to the world and to technology in general. So I'm going to take that. That's enough fruit for me to go, okay, I'll take a bite. Let's see what happens.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like I said, if the vote goes through, and they go out there, turn this thing a legal entity and do it just this fast, like as fast as he's saying it. After the vote, he goes to Dubai and get it done. That shows you a lot right there, because let's just think how long ago Uxie Labs was announced. And between then and now, we find out there's no entity. They was never, legal, right? So that in itself, what Nick would be doing, Nick is showing you that he's like really trying to take the lead on this. The question is, like I keep saying, is everything behind Nick, and Nick shouldn't have to answer for everything that's behind him. So that's where, hey, the rest of these founders, maybe after they become a legal entity, maybe they want to talk more. I don't know, but they gotta come out from the shadows and actually, step up to the plate and take their licks. Because if they don't take their licks, then how can we ever trust? Right? How are we gonna trust you? How can we trust Nick? Even though everybody wants to trust Nick, right? Everybody wants to trust Nick. Nick is saying the right things. He's not saying the wrong things. The problem is we don't know what his infrastructure behind him is like. So it's like, and he's not going to tell us. He's just going to tell us, hey, I wouldn't be here if it's not ran my way. Right? Well, I mean, running your way is good, maybe good for you, but maybe not be good for me and Kryptonian and everybody else is invested in Vulcan. So we don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hopefully everybody gets past this hopium feeling where they just like, you can't say anything bad about the Vulcan blockchain right now because look, Nick is doing things. No, man, it's got to be more than just what Nick is doing. It has to be more to that. And I know people want to bury their heads in the sand and tell all the influencers, you guys are fudders and all this stuff. It's not the truth. That's not true.
That's only one fool.
Right. If anything, we're trying to actually try to get some answers, right? Like that's what we want is answers, because guess what, guys? We weren't getting answers before. And last time I remember, Vulcan was like super quiet for the past, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Maybe they had a couple updates here and there sprinkled in, but it was never like there was a lot of communication coming from Vulcan. Let's just be real, right? We knew about the roadmap, right? That's pretty much how they kind of threw it to you. It was like, hey, here's the roadmap, watch the roadmap, and as we go down, that's how you know what's going on. That can't be it, man. And if you really want to, and at this point, I think you have to do more to show that you're worth more, because at this point, again, most blockchains don't have to really talk to, Discord and all that stuff, when they develop, and they just be like, you guys can congregate and that's it. And that's cool. It should be like that, honestly. But the things that have happened up to this point has now made this an environment where you have to ask questions all the damn time. And that's not our fault. We didn't sit here and take our money, right? We didn't do that. We didn't just lose our money. So it's not on us. It's not on Nick. And that's what, in reality, this is just what it's at. And trust me, I think Nick doesn't take anything personally when we're sitting there, even though he came on today and everything, we're still talking about, where the money at. He understands people should want to know where the money is. But again, he shouldn't be the one who's actually telling us where the money is. There's 3 other people that were, supposed to be responsible for this blockchain, and they need to come out here and take their licks, to be real.
Yeah, and when he was speaking yesterday, for the first time since last year, you can say that this person, right, Nick, makes sense. When he shows his slides, it actually makes sense. Unlike the other cockroach, it didn't make sense. He was just talking out of his ass. It did not make sense. Look at this guy clearing this stuff up, and I'm sure he wants to. Maybe there's things that they're working on in the background, and maybe there's things that he would like to say, right? Like, where's the money? Where's all this crap? But you can see it in his face. He's like, shit, man, I gotta clean all this up. Like, where's the other guys? I'm sure the other guys are backing him up, but the other guys need to do their job. They need to come out as founders, right?
Yeah, he's just a face.
Yes, and I don't know. I don't know if I would trust Plan B, like a certain dude. I don't know, because he hasn't said anything. He hasn't been out, and we know that picture's been floating around with him and the cockroach out there, and I mean, he could be your friend all in all, but he did you dirty. What about the other goons? We only saw one post, and that was it. We haven't even, I mean, at least come out and clarify things. And you know what? We can't speak about this, but at a certain point, we're going to be able to talk about it.
Right. If you don't have to tell us the legal stuff. You don't have to sit here and tell us where the money actually is. We don't need you to put yourself out there where, you legally can be like held responsible. Right. But you could at least come out here and say, hey guys, show some face and be like, it's going to be all right. They even did all that. Like,
maybe because it's the reason why, because they got to cut of their money.
And that's speculation. That's the thing. That type of speculation only comes around if you don't come out.
That's not that they had to get a cut of something.
Yep. And maybe that's why they're not speaking a lot about BL, because BL is like, well, I got stuff on all y'all 3,
right?
Except Nick,
right?
Because Nick, he's on Twitter Spaces. He talks to people. I mean, bro, like he'll put a tweet, and I'm getting like 50 notifications of people and stuff like that. And so Nick is connected, bro, and he's not gonna dirty his name and his reputation and his hard work for one individual, right? If he's doing this, it's because he was elected, and he sees that he can make a change. And I mean, shit, we need some people from Silicon Valley. That's what we need.
Right. He has a connection, he said. Crypto investment says 8,000 people buy $150 booster gives you 1.2 million. Very doable.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about the Uxie blockchain. Well, the sacrifice we only raised $1 million. So I don't know. If we're going 8,000 people
Well,
buy $150 booster.
I put it like this. I give it this, and I remember this vividly. He didn't push Uxie. He did not push Uxie. Remember that. He chose to push Esgo, which should have been a red flag. I probably just like that don't make sense. Why you not pushing the blockchain? But like, I didn't think of that at the time. I was just, let's get this going.
Because the marketing money was gone.
But no, man, because you were high, Power. Because you were high. But go ahead.
Probably was. I was probably going into the clouds. But look, I'm telling you, like, he didn't push Uxie, so maybe that's the reason why, because people all wasn't trying to throw their funds into Uxie, which I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, if you took it from there, like, why are you going through all the hassle of Seifu Go? Like, I just don't get it.
He didn't bring up Uxie on the lives either.
He didn't, because that's what I'm saying. Like, he never.
Is that money gone or what?
I think it was I think Esco was just a diversion, right? It was a diversion and a money grab.
But that's what I don't get. Why the money grab why you just didn't do the money grab at Uxie? It's the same thing. Think about it. If he did all the sacrifice for the Vulcan blockchain, this was before Uxie, right? Before Uxie, and he was just able to go, hey, pocket, and vroom, vroom, right? If he was able to do all that, why he just didn't do that with Uxie?
He did do it with Uxie. Where's the money?
I mean, maybe it would have, but I don't understand, why did you divert everybody to Esgo when you could have just been like, hey, put all your money in this bag, and then I just take the bag. That's what I'm trying
being
to
greedy. Took everything.
I'm pretty sure Esco was a bigger bag, and wasn't liquidity taken out of Seifu during that time as well?
Yeah, because he made 1.7 million off of Esco, so
he had to find a way to get everybody off of Seifu.
Right. So it's all connected.
Okay. Yeah, now that makes sense. Now you make it make sense. Seifu, I forgot about that part.
Jaded Vulcan says, guys, I said this morning in Discord, in the future will we all be rich by default with Nick's plan. He knows what is needed in this artist world. We will be laughing in the end. Okay. WZ, Nick seems to be a rule follower and a great listener, which are a couple things I picked up on. Annie Boy says new money equals not vested. Right. That's what I'm saying. Why would they want to buy a booster? The new money. Razmataz, they aren't invested, right? See, Tish, the booster NFT will be vested, and new investors will be a part of the pool if they buy the booster NFT. Okay. Some of the rewards pool. What do you think about that? The rewards pool, you only can claim once, and that's it.
Like once ever?
Yeah, once. That's it.
Oh, that was the idea?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. That's terrible. I mean, it makes sense in the condition we're in, but right. I mean, it's just like, that's terrible. At the end of the day, it's terrible.
There's no flex, no power pool. So you get to claim once, but the people that don't claim are the ones that get more of the pot. Because, like almost like the last man standing, get all the money, basically, almost. Just Will, hello everyone. Robert, what up, my friends? Jade, boosters are $1.50 at launch, buy at $5. Huh?
I think the launch price of whatever the blockchain's going to be is $5.
Jason, what's up, guys? Gus, you are vested as a current holder. What happens after launch is open market.
So you're ugly. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I mean, I get it. We got to keep this rebate somehow, some way, right? But like, honestly, the only way that Vulcan can float for a long period of time is you got to turn that rebase on. Because I don't think the volume is going to come in enough to stop, counteract the rebasing. Unless we have some angel investor out there that's a marketing guru, a real one, right? Somebody that can actually put out a tweet and everybody come look. If you can pull that off, maybe Nick knows that type of person. maybe we get out with a rebrand. Maybe we get out of here. Maybe we got a chance. Maybe might have another heartbeat. You know, a little heartbeat might come out of that. What's the name? Boop, boop. Oh, he's alive. Boop, boop.
Just clarify the source of those tweets though, because I think somebody's buying like packs of bots at 10,000 a clip.
Yeah, man.
And guys, do you think a rebrand really going to help us? You think people really going to forget about that we attached to Vulcan?
I think it won't make people forget, but I do think I don't think people forget, but I think that gives us an opportunity to maybe find a brand that's more appealing to a lot more people. You know, maybe we go towards that meme-ish look, maybe, right? Maybe a little, some people just like meme looking stuff. Maybe we don't be as corporate looking, because to me, Vulcan is very corporate looking. I don't know. I think a rebrand.
I see it as an opportunity. I see it as opportunity. Like we had a guy that was scamming everybody. We figured it out by the help of others, right? The community, the DeFi space came in, got the guy out of there, and we made it better because of, in spite of him. I think that's a cool story, man. And I think if we can make it happen as a community, if it's fully decentralized, I think it'll be a win for us. So that should be our goal ultimately, is to say that we did this in spite of a Brian Legend, period. That's to me is the win for us.
Call it Scam Buster,
underdog.
Scam Buster coin. Scam Buster coin.
Scam Buster.
We'll call it the BO Buster. How's that?
Right.
BO Buster.
Clown token.
Not BL, not BL. BO. BO. Google.
Come on,
Wise
Kryptonian.
Choice Money says, hopefully the NFTs
Stop.
come with more utility. Yanni Boy education is key. They got, and I guess San Francisco, they got the coin for $1.50 instead of $5. They buy the NFT before launch.
Oh, I think I see what he's saying. It's almost like it's like a discount almost. Like because you have the NFT, you get a discount. I see what he's saying.
Robert says it's a landslide. He's in. Yeah, well, I can't see the reason somebody would vote no. To be honest,
I mean, it's either you vote to go for it or you vote to die.
Right.
Which one you
block his damn wallet too?
And they still gotta do that stuff. See, these are the questions that need to be answered.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I mean, it's really, you're right. I mean, it's not. It's what I think I saw in a comment, or it said it's a forced vote. Well,
yeah,
it is.
What Jacko says, well, that's going to be tough because we're all invested and we have money in it. If we don't vote yes, not that we're hostage, but if we don't vote yes, our money is pretty much gone.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I think that the issue is, the part that bothers me about it is, and this goes back to that hopium thing. I'm telling you, me and quite a few of you on this panel and others, we knew that this was done when they released how much money they had at that moment.
Yep.
I don't. To me, that I guess that's why I had fallen out with people and stuff like that, because that's the way I saw it, and I felt like at that time they need to be held accountable because this was embezzlement. This was. But then come to find out after I do my research, it's like, okay, there's laws that that could be on the books about this. But I don't know what, and in Australia it's totally different and everything like that. So I don't know, but that's where my point was when they released how much money was remaining and what was spent, the 6.5 million, and then Nick saying, "Whoa, you guys didn't pay me 6.5 million," and then the back and forth and all that stuff. I was like, there's no way that this blockchain can launch like this. I think what could they possibly? There's not enough there. And I think a lot of people were starting to wake up to that, but it was like, it took Nick coming up with a plan and then him saying it in his live that, just to be honest, the blockchain's not gonna, it wouldn't have been able to, it won't survive with where we're at right now. So, okay. So now we're all catching up to the fact that, the reality of what was really given to us was that the blockchain was pretty much dead when they announced how much money was left. So now it's like, yeah, it's a forced vote, but at the same time, I mean, maybe there could be more changes made. We don't go with Nick. People don't vote for Nick, and we go a different way. And maybe I don't know. I don't know what the other plan is, but it is. It's like a forced vote.
It's a forced vote for sure.
You know, but at the same time, if we vote yes in Nick's plan, I mean, and I have to tell you guys, and I saw it in the live, and I thought it was impressive. And some of the comments that he made and how he answered things, he's open to making changes. He was writing down things to revisit them and stuff like that. So, you know, I know it feels like a forced vote, but I mean, is it like it's in stone? This is the way we're going to do Nick's plan, and that's it. And we have concerns. Is he going to address those and stuff like that? I got the impression that he would revisit things and stuff like that. So, yeah, it might be one of those forced votes, but is it really going to be better for all of us? That's where we really need to go with it.
Yeah. Kelly Productions says, great to see all of you. Yanni Boy, because Vulcan MC1 is not yet deployed.
Hey, Pride, there's a post from Plan B in Discord if you want to pull that up.
I just shared the screen.
Did you say the screen?
Yeah, I just shared the screen.
Let's see.
There we go. Can you see that, or we can zoom in?
Okay, zoom in. It says Plan B, everyone. I've closed the previous form. Soon I will release a new form based on Nick Caliani's presentation for everyone to provide their feedback. Some important stats to note: buy fees, 21.9% of people wanted 1% or less. Only 30.6% wanted the initial proposed amount. Now there's no fee proposed. Sell fees, 40.8% wanted the original 5%. Everyone else wanted less. Now there is no fee proposed. Transfer fees, 52.4% wanted 1% fee or less. Now there is no fee proposed. APY, only 59.5% believed at a 55% APY was sustainable. Now it is proposed that the rebases are performance-based, transaction value driven to increase sustainability and reduce the risk of price depreciation. The more successful the blockchain is, the more successful everyone on the blockchain. Most people didn't care about Flex or Power Pool at the start of a blockchain launch, but as Nick mentioned on the presentation, there are other ways that yield larger and more sustainable results. Taking into account most transactions are smart contract interactions where no tax would have been levied. In theory, anything can be built, and yes, it could produce some results, but the question the team had to ask is, can you get more success from doing something different? We have gone through all of the suggestions, listened to the chat, and Nick has evaluated based on the market and competition where we can have a competitive edge with true utility without marketing gimmicks that can attract serious investment over time. Remember the mission, success factors, build an ecosystem that drives usage to the blockchain, reward early backers, and create incentives for new users. No gimmicks, tokenomics that passes the sniff test and is sustainable. Target audience finds good utility. Well-known partners bring their presence to the protocol. Innovation and growth to attract new investors. Please take your time to carefully evaluate the proposed protocol strategic plan. Nick Caliani has taken notes of the great ideas the community raised at the end of the presentation and will follow up on this once he has had time to think about it carefully and come to an appropriate solution.
And Pride, he's got another couple of messages. He's actually writing right now as we speak.
Is he in the chat?
Yeah, he's in main chat. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just read from community updates, but yeah, he's in Vulcan chat. So yeah, that's the first message I was referring to.
Oh, he replying to Sky High.
It says
Wait,
Sky Skeptic.
hold on, let me see what-
Oh, you don't want to be messing with Sky High though. Here we go.
Let's see.
Someone read that.
All right. So Sky High basically says, just remember on June 22nd, 2022, Plan B, aka Jason said, can we trick? So this is I know what this is. So can we trick some people into thinking there's a blockchain? He can't lie about it. I got it all nice and screenshot it. Now I wonder who he was trying to trick into thinking there was a blockchain. Maybe Gary Gensler to put him on a wild goose case. I mean, nobody else comes to mind, right? So I guess,
guys, mute. I can't hear what Fowler's reading.
So here's Plan B's response. He says, "Hey, Sky High, pull your head in, mate. I'm not Australian, but I have explained this in multiple channels. You are creating straight up lies. Plenty of people on the team can back that up, including Asa, which did the videos / editing, and I guess Adrian that did the artwork, and the others that did the strategic placement. I clarified that live on the TCL Discord with the Bobby Buckland guy, which I no longer have access to, but I do have a screenshot in which you're referring to. In summary, that was a convo with Asa and the rest of the group about where we hide the keywords for the Treasure Pit promo. This screenshot mentioned was captured from someone in the team working on the promotion. Words got delivered by Brian once a week. We, everyone, then brainstormed how to use those words in Medium articles or Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, etc. I suggested we trick people by putting a QR code for a Medium article on the reel, which is off the track. The Medium article that was already made was the one about the blockchain being made, which we would like people to read, even though the word was on the reel for YouTube / Instagram right in front of them. From memory, the word was cat or something, and it was a cat reading a newspaper on the reel for that particular example. The whole idea of the promotion was to have engagement across the entire platform, but in Discord or any other above mentioned locations. There was no deception involved. The screenshot is out of context, and it's made to look bad on myself without this context. The competition was made to be fun and engaging, where anyone had an equal chance of doing it, provided they were engaged. It is similar to seeing a code word on a TV show that you have to watch till the code happens prior to entering. I and everyone aside from Brian had these two words only as they were given and when they arrived once a week, 2 at a time. We all worked best on how to implement them marketing wise. The outcome of the person that solved it at the end of the promotion, I saw on the Discord at the same time as everyone else. A lot of people engaged with this person, and this person claimed to want to give back to the community. I messaged this person because he was asking who to send this to and that he wanted to donate, and he was giving bits and pieces away in the chat. He transferred 999 Seifu and gave away 1 Seifu in chat. The value of 1,000 Seifu at the time was around $20,000. He transferred it to me, which eventually got sent to Brian, including all rebates made from it, which eventually got distributed. With all the communication with everyone on the team during this entire process, I had no reason to think anything deceptive was happening. In fact, I was glad someone won, even though I hoped the promotion went longer, and I asked the team to write a Medium article about the winner, username Goblin, which also included all of the release code words and all of their locations for everyone that was involved in the promotion. If Brian Legend was Goblin or anything of the sort, he straight up fooled me as well as everyone on the team, because I DM'd him Goblin at the time, trying to get him on an AMA, as I was excited to see a winner, which was declined. When he was live in the Discord chat, I straight up asked Brian Legend multiple times if he was Goblin, and he denies it. Videos online claim otherwise. Myself and the rest of the team had no access to all of the words. There was a blockchain in the beginning of the development stages, the entire team, Adrian, Damian, Asa, Lala, myself, and anyone else there did nothing deceptive. Nick's team even built the node sacrifice DApp. You can see this from the screenshot, how I received the words, and another we brainstormed legitimate ideas of placement. If you want to continue to say lies, you can leave. Otherwise, you can apologize for straight up defamation. So let's see. I can't really. Oh man, I don't think we can really see this. Can you guys see it? Nah, I can't see it.
Nah, it's hard to see.
Yeah,
I think we get the gist of all
There's that.
that. But basically, so Nick, so that Jason is saying that he didn't know for sure about Goblin, but at the same time, he did confront Brian and asking him if he was Goblin. So, but of course, Brian wouldn't have done that. But the fact, I think I saw a stat of somebody doing the numbers. You would have had to won the Powerball twice in the same day. That's the ratio of how many words were left for you to have figured it out. You would have been so lucky you could have actually won the Powerball twice in one day. That's what your odds were of figuring it out. So, you know, I don't know the math and everything like that, but if Jason says that, you know, I mean, it's a pretty long statement and everything like that. And if he says that he confronted him about that, I mean, I hope that he's being honest about it, and I'll take him for his word in the post. But I'm going to tell you right now, Brian Legend was Goblin. I mean, everything that I've seen and all the information that was out there, that was him. And
in reality, no one has ever hacked
okay, think about it like this, and this is the part that really pisses me off, that this is the way I see it, and nobody else, I don't know if they're going to say, you know, they don't even think about it. If you could hack wallets with that many words left, why the hell would you do something that is something that people would see? Wouldn't you be hacking big wallets and behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, man, 20 bands, baby.
Yeah, who cares about what that wallet was? I mean, it's like, okay, I could be hacking major wallets, be behind the scenes, and no one would ever even know. It'd just be the people that had those wallets. I could make a fortune that way.
Let me use my quantum computing on 20 bands.
Right. And why? I mean, I'm serious. I mean, you're telling me that someone figured out that? I mean, there's no way that someone figured out the remaining words. I was shocked when it came up. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I started thinking about why, if they did this, why the hell wouldn't they be trying to do it other places? You know, I mean, maybe I don't understand that, but the way it seems to me, it was like, there's no way that this couldn't be somebody knew those words. Just like I always thought, I was like, somebody's manipulating Seifu's chart. And somebody's wallet number 4 and all that kind of stuff. And we all know who that turned out to be. So I believe everything that people were saying about Brian. Now, Jason seems to be a legitimate answer with information and stuff like that. We'll have to just see how it works out. But I am super glad that Jason put that out, though. You know, that's the kind of things that, like Fowler, you were talking about earlier, I want to see from everybody.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Goblin thing. I think at some point everybody figured out what was Goblin, right?
Goblin got $500,000.
The only person Goblin fooled was Goblin himself. So, like, in reality, because we all know, in order for a hack to take place on a what is it, 24? Is it 24 word or 20?
Yeah,
24 word seed phrase. Man, you for 20 bands, you ain't got nothing to do if that's the case. Nothing. So nobody was fooled with that. I think if anything, it's good that he's showing as much transparency as he can with that situation. But we got bigger, way bigger issues than the Goblin situation. That 20 bands is nothing. That's just a lot of people that may have wanted a chance to win that. But the fact is that once a winner was told that there was a winner, I think most probably knew at that time that it was something was fishy. Again, I wasn't here for the Goblin thing. I got here late. But once I heard the story, it only makes sense. Like, nobody's out here hacking like wallets. Like, bro, if people was hacking wallets right now, crypto would be in fear. No way Bitcoin is where it's at right now. If people were getting if wallets were getting hacked, seed phrases was getting hacked. No way, man. The market would be down in the gutter because the reason why.
Whoa. Hey, I hate to interrupt you, but he's still answering stuff in there, and someone asked him if he could clarify basically the fact of in the PDF he said that he met Brian in 2014, but in the video in Dubai he had known Brian for 15 years. He clarifies that question, and then someone asks him if he thinks that Brian is a scammer, and he replies. He's replying to all these. There's a whole lot of information in there.
What did you reply to the scammer thing?
Okay, so he says they
put it on the screen.
I got it on the what's the name? There you go.
All right, well, can you read it on yours?
Wait, is this it?
Yep, that's it.
It says, "Hey Jason, do you think Brian is a scammer?" And he says, "Well, what I do know is that we have very limited funds, which only he had control of, which we as a team assumed there was more of. This is in fact being looked at, and yes, we will get a legal opinion on what has happened. However, if you expect an emotional childlike response as the answer, throwing my hands in the air, screaming profanities and accusations, then you are mistaken." I mean, he doesn't come off that type of guy. So I wouldn't expect that. Yeah, I wouldn't expect the emotional answer anyway. Like I said, I don't even necessarily have to hear him say an answer right now. I just want to see these dudes come out and say, "Hey, we know some messed up stuff has happened. We don't have answers for you right now, but we're working on them." And that will just like do a lot. Like it's not going to solve anything, but it helps. Like you're not helping by just like not being on camera though. Like it's almost you leave all this window of speculation, and that's what people are like. That's why I feel like the team is not really grasping here. I'm trying to find out what you were talking about, Chris.
Scroll up just a little bit. There you go.
Is this one?
Oh, no. Oh, yes, that's it. That's his answer right there.
It says,
so you click on that one because it actually addresses what he's talking about.
Oh, he says, "Hey, Plan B, would you care to address the inconsistency in the PDF where you state you met Brian Legend in 2014 and the video clip from Dubai where you said you've known him for 15 years?" And he says, let's see, I have in the questions in the community updates, I saw a screenshot that his family claimed I knew him when I was around 16 years old. I lived 1,600 kilometers away in a different state until I was 19. When I worked for the same company as Brian, I worked there from around 2010 till 2019. The first 2/3 of those years, I didn't know of him.
He means 2 to 3 years.
Oh, 2 to 3 years. I didn't know of him. So maybe at the time I may have been confused if I quoted around that mark. Still around 9-ish years is a pretty long time overall. That's true.
Yep. There's more too.
What?
He's answering stuff all the way down.
Man, oh man, where are we starting here?
I think the next one that I see, he says he's asked. Okay. Oh, there it is. So the one right below that. Oh well, there's Sky Highs if you want to read his.
Yeah. So Sky says, "Well, after weeks of bringing this up, thanks for finally clearing it up with an answer. Wasn't that difficult, was it?" That's a good reply, and I'll accept your explanation. Be nice if you get back in here and address all the BS flying around since Brian ran off with our money. Sitting in the background and ignoring it isn't going to make it go away.
Bam.
Yeah, that's reality right there.
Yeah, I need to hit that too. Yeah. Right underneath that, another one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he says, Plan B says, aside from, this is a different question. Let's see. I can't see. let's see, besides Nick, Jason, what are you doing currently since the last few weeks? And he says, aside from working with Adrian and Nick to save our artists from a shit situation, we were put in. So that's why I kind of felt like there was, like, I kind of felt like there's no, like, if you are part of something, like, why haven't y'all disappeared? I just, like, why has everybody disappeared? But it's weird. But the fact is, I kind of felt like Brian put them in a position. Like, if you guys have never had the control of the money, you never been an actual DAO or legal entity, then, and he has control of all the money, he just ran off with y'all money. Well, all of our money. Like, fuck. Like, you don't really have any development money. That's what I meant by their money, like development money, because he took it.
Most importantly, he ran off with ran off with our money, and he ran off with their credibility and reputation.
That's true.
So everybody loses. So, and I think he addressed when he was asked if Brian was a scammer. He says, and I remember, like I said, with my conversation with Plan B, he's very stoic. He's not emotional. An emotional man is a dangerous man, which is why I like conversing with him, because he gives me straight to the point answers. And because of that, I believe that they are looking at. I don't know, but I believe that there is some legal stuff going on, and when the cards fall, I believe that's when you'll see more of a reaction. Again, we all want answers now, and I'm telling you, everybody already knows what the answer is. He took off with the money. I mean, what else do you want? You want to know what he bought at Louis Vuitton? Well, we all saw it in his videos. But what we do want is we want a resolution, and we want the money back, which we're probably not going to get back. But I'm glad he's actually finally addressing some things, and I don't think it's going to stop. So, good on him for addressing it, and good on the community for demanding answers.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's nothing else.
There's another one that he says I was excited. They asked him about everything was bullish about Vulcan, then thrown out by Nick in a second.
It said where is it at? I just saw it. I was reading it too.
He said that Nick's answer. Well, let's see. Let me go to. He says that this is a question, bro. Everything you thought was bullish about Vulcan got thrown out by Nick in a second. Hard work doesn't equal smart work. You guys have been very incompetent up till now. Please answer honestly. Are you still defending Brian after his actions towards this community? Do you think he is a scammer or not? No need to straight up call it. Just tell us your thoughts. So now I gotta go back down. Fine. There's Jason's answer is, I was excited. Nick was excited to build something too. The whole team was. You have to understand that Brian leaving gave us the possibility of re-looking at everything to make it better. Yes, it's difficult, and I believe in Nick's vision. Yeah, so that's about it. I can't. He seems to be answering people with just different questions here and there. But you guys can read it, and you guys can go there and check it out. But I mean, that's that's what we want. I mean, we want some type of communication. We want some open dialogue where we can discuss a lot of these things. And the only thing I can say is that maybe Jason did his answers and stuff. Maybe the team, they were thinking that this was a distraction before Nick's presentation, and they didn't want it to be something like that. I don't know. I mean, I think that Sky is right when he said, I wish they would have been out a lot sooner in answering those questions and all that. But hey, I don't walk in their shoes and I don't know the whole details. So maybe that's their plan. Is they're like, let's let Nick have his AMA and get it out there, and we'll answer as many questions as possible till they make the vote. And I don't know. What do you guys think?
Guess we'll see Monday when the vote is over Sunday, right?
I mean, what's the likelihood of us not passing on this vote? Like,
I did have a good question here. It says, how will they determine the vote? Because they say they're going to use your tokens, right? For the vote.
I thought it was. I think Nick said during the thing, and you guys can correct me. He said that you're talking about the vote for this weekend, right?
Yeah.
He said it's probably going to be Monday. He wanted to get out the Google form for the node holders to kind of get an idea that he was going to do that in the next day or so. And then he said that we were going to be using our sacrifice wallet addresses to verify the vote.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but I hope that they stipulate that you can only use one. I don't know how they would do that or whatever, but I have 3 wallets. And I think it would be disingenuous and kind of dishonest for me to do 3 votes. So I think, I don't know how they could measure that, but I'm going to only vote one time with one wallet if that's what ends up being the thing, but I won't be using 3 wallets.
Crazy Diamond says, Chris, you know how most of us American voters are. First shiny distraction. We forget what we did this morning. There's always going to be people forgetting what Nick discusses.
Yeah, Crazy Diamond. I think you're right, but I think as part of us, I think if we're up here, I want to answer every single question that anybody has, and if they don't, I don't want them to say they couldn't make an informed decision. That's my goal.
Teddy One says, Nick said once he has the name changed, he will start posting on his Twitter. So every blockchain vote will have some turmoil. Yeah. The guy said, "Oh, we're getting at least 2 boosters. That's $300." Jazz Hammond says, Zachary Fowler, Cryptotana, word of mouth marketing. Watch Troy smoke it up, Fowler. Come blaze with me. Teddy One says, seriously. Jazz Hammond, the team has not asked BL for our funds. They rather ask the community. We have to be smart. That is true, man. It should be asking him for our money for real.
Right. That's another thing, man. Like, y'all live, where he lives.
Yeah.
You just knock on the door, like, hey, where's the money, bro? Like, where's the money? Like, something, man. It just seems like, we're just gonna let this just kind of like, and then we're gonna ask you guys for money. I feel that. It sucks. Like, it doesn't.
You guys seen
well.
You guys seen Family Guy?
Yeah.
And when Stewie, Brian, it's funny. Brian's a dog.
Where my money? Where my money?
Where's my money, man?
Yeah.
Money.
So I'm gonna start calling Plan B Plan Stewie. You need to go get your money, bro. Go get your money. And
Brian gonna be like, you remember that Christmas gift I bought you, that Lamborghini? That was bought with the sacrifice funds. Now you want me to take it back?
Oh, damn.
Damn. I doubt he got a Lamborghini, man. I don't. Hopefully he didn't. That would not be cool.
He does have a Lambo.
But
Hey, man, they all right and good.
Yeah.
man,
I can take it back. Plan B, and give you the money.
what sucks, man, is he ain't gonna get what you paid for it.
I hear you, Fowler. But what we have right now is an abandoned blockchain, and he's trying to revive it. I feel like Nick is the complete opposite of Hopium. I believe he's just trying to fix this.
Oh, I know that. I know exactly. I know Nick is a part of Hopium or anything like that. It's the problem is that you want us to go forward as if we are on Hopium, and we haven't solved any of the underlying issues behind everything. It's like, it's hard. Like, how hard it is? It's, first off, I think people have to understand, like, as a YouTuber, right? It's easy to cheer something on that you're part of, right? Like, so if you're like Vulcan, when Vulcan you didn't know all this stuff, it's easier to do this stuff, right? It's easy to go, yeah, let's go Vulcan. But now you told me, well, you ain't tell me shit, honestly. Like, you showed me a wallet that supposedly is a representation of how much money we had to develop this blockchain. It was 1.1 something and change million. right? That it compared to what we've given into this fundraiser as a collective, that's disgusting. It's disgusting to see. And I was disgusted when I first saw it. Like I literally thought it was literally like somebody like threw a bag of turds in my face. Like it was bad, bro. It was bad. I was angry. I was angry because here we are, right? You got investors out there promoting Vulcan, screaming Vulcan's name and everything, no matter what. You got YouTubers. We got us looking like all we do is like it's almost like we have a hopium in my blood, like pumping into our blood, like because we out
all
here.
you gotta do is FUD.
But now we FUD now, so it's like it's a reality that they need to come to grips as well. Is that no one's going to actually go and pump this thing up like that unless answers are given and serious guardrails in place, so we know this stuff don't happen again. Like, come on, man. Like, if you don't, then you're just asking us to literally just go back and do the same thing and just hope and pray just because Nick is out there in front. That don't sit well to me. Like, you just can't put Nick out there and just be like, oh, everything's fixed. That's not how it works, man. It's not how it works, and it's not how it's going to work. Not with me. Unfortunately, like, I get my money's locked up in there, but like I said, guys, I've already scratched that off as a loss. If it comes back, hey. But at this point, I'm willing to not be part of an ongoing, potentially something that's ongoing without having any type of reassurances. And I mean, Plan B is starting to talk right now. But again, he's talking about Goblin. He's talking about stuff that honestly is way be in the past. We need to get to what we're gonna do right now, plus what happened, the after action report. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. And right now we're not really getting, we're just getting like a bunch of here, this and that. And I get it, just like Chris said, maybe it's legally it's not right for them to do so. And I get that, but at least come out here, show your face, take your licks, right? Take your licks on a live AMA. Take them. Because if they truly are what they say they are and how, what they portray, then they should be able to come out here just like Nick did and be able to take questions from someone like Chris. It's not like Chris was beating on Nick. Like, come on. He didn't beat. Matter of fact, he didn't even ask him questions, right? Because everybody knows Nick shouldn't be the one answering those questions. So yeah, we're waiting. This when people want some blood. They do want some blood. So you gotta give people a little blood. Sorry, that's just how it works. I mean, honestly, it's not how it works. Because honestly, in the corporate world, if this was happening in Fortune 500, they'd be in jail in America. So, and I'm just being real with you. But we're not in America.
Well,
supposedly.
be careful, Fowler. When I said that, when that all the stuff came out, I was pretty much.
You were on your high horse, Colonel.
I was on my high horse and talking nonsense. And
it's not nonsense. This is a reality. It's a reality. All right. What's his name? Bernie Madoff ran off with money. He died in jail, didn't he? So, I mean, come on, guys, man. If you want to jump on Chris because he's trying to speak truth to you, then you just gonna. That means this whole situation can happen to you over and over again. You probably wouldn't care, and that's just you. I couldn't go with this again, man. Like after this situation, there's no way I would go into a project beyond this now and be like, oh yeah, let's just go with like nothing power in that, because other than my investment, I can't do that again. So now questions need to be answered.
Hey, Father,
Gus,
you know what I miss? Father? Your
What,
8-ball at noon. At noon. Hey, can you put that up, Brian? That comment by Jason.
Hold on a second. With Gus, I want your comment here. I want to let you know that before we went live, I had a discussion, and what you're talking about here is that's why we were late. He was showing a lot of, his feelings are exactly what you're talking about. That's all I can tell you.
And Jason, you made the best decision of your life, to be honest.
Jason, if you need counseling, come to me, buddy. I'm here for you.
Hey,
Don't listen to the Colonel. Don't listen to the Colonel.
hey, Chris, can you bring up Sky High's comment?
I can't. I'm not on Pride State.
Oh.
It's got to be Pride.
Okay.
I'm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pride brings up all the comments at the end of the
it's
show.
like
Kyle.
not that one. It's
What does that mean, Sky High? I've seen you post it a couple times.
It's probably at 8:21 your time.
Oh wow, I'm that.
Oh yeah, way up there, huh?
Man, I'm way behind. Okay.
Told you.
Plan B won't jeopardize his friendship with BL by calling him what he is, a scammer. Yeah.
And that's
Maybe he can call him a scammer because all the, maybe there's an investigation. So, and that's what Kryptonian said earlier.
Yeah, I'm just on that feeling that, you know what, I hope that they can help people out and everything like that, and they can get answers, but I don't want them to jeopardize anything going into the future. So
Yeah.
honestly, if
I
I was
wait.
their
I can
attorney,
wait.
I'd be telling them to just say no comment about
Is
as
it
much
with the
as they
legal issues
possibly
pending?
can.
Maybe they have to wait till this whole thing comes to light.
I mean, Pride, you saw that Urus of that last comment. I know you.
I've seen it.
I know that still hurts you, man, because
Yeah.
I remember that day, man. We was talking about the Urus, and I was putting up the GTR and stuff on the screen. And here comes this douchebag coming up here talking about, yeah, man, I just got this as a daily driver. And, he's pretty much like wiping in your face, bro.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
Pride.
gonna be my Lamborghini.
That was supposed to be with SGO, and we got rugged.
Pride goes strap off.
That's the community Lamborghini, bro. The community.
Right.
Yeah.
We all get a timeshare off of that joker, right?
Yeah, for real. Nick already said he's going to Dubai to get a corporation. I'm pretty sure he will cut Plan B out or reduce their position in the company. You think so?
Oh, I got the impression that he was like, I don't know about the Plan B situation. Okay, I don't know about that, and I don't know why in the breakdown that Nick gave that E-Plays is just E-Plays and it's not Damien and Adrian, two individually listed out. Not sure about that. Nick can explain that and everything, but I got the impression that he was going to be in charge, and this is the way we're going to do it. If the community wants to do it, this is the way we're going to do it, and nothing was going to stop him. So either Plan B and everybody got on board, or they weren't going to be on board. You know what I mean? That's the impression I got. But I don't know if he was like, legally he can't say a whole lot, so I couldn't even give any kind of an estimation as to what he's talking about.
Yeah, we all.
Hey, you guys want to know something funny? Just to make us laugh a bit. You guys can hate me if you want. Who here has seen the 40-Year-Old Virgin movie?
Golly, that thing's old. I can't.
That's old, right? The Indian guy that comes out and works at the store at the Best Buy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that? Nick looks like that guy.
That's wrong, man.
I can't remember that. That movie's so old, man. Damn.
He said once he was voted in, if that comes to truth, then he's on his way to Dubai. Love and light to my insert new blockchain name here.
What do you think the name will be the new blockchain?
Hey, Pride, can I send the link to invite somebody on?
Yeah.
Okay. They may not come on, but they'll have the link so that there will be we didn't give them an opportunity to speak.
Who's that? Brian Legend?
I don't want to say who it is in case it comes back and it doesn't work out.
Brian Legend's coming on?
No, it's not Prado. I mean,
I said Brian Legend.
Oh no, I would. If Brian Legend come on, I don't care. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm done. I have nothing to say to him whatsoever. And the only thing I have to say I don't have anything to say to him. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Nick just wants to get the blockchain going. He's focused on that. The whole drama thing will still get uncovered. Marshall, so people are worried about investing more money. What assurances can a team give for this go around that the funds will be spent properly? What consequence or recourse if it isn't? Yeah. We need more answers.
If there's a formation and there's actual real contracts with real entities, there is consequences for that.
Yeah, that's what my whole thing is. That's the way I see. And That's what I'm like. This is what I want to see.
Yep. Yeah, and the problem is that, or I want to say the problem. I would say the thing is, many of those in this community have never actually seen real entities, real contracts, and actually seen real audits and everything. You know, we've just gone off of what YouTubers have said and what the guys like the Brian Legends have said. Trust me. Well, if it goes to formation and actual real contracts with entities, that's when governments can get involved. That's when there's accountability, and that's when reputations can absolutely be ruined and even jail time. So I'm excited that they're moving in that direction.
Hank Touch says we also need more answers about Plan B's inconsistent statements concerning how long he has known BL. His wallets need to be looked at also. Sky High, it's a forced vote. Let's not pretend there's an option. You vote for Nick's plan or there's no blockchain. Right. There's no option to finish Vulcan as is. If it's Nick's way or no way, that's the real vote. Right.
No. I think you guys are seeing it. I think you guys are seeing it the wrong way. And I'm gonna be the advocate here. It's Nick's proposal. If we don't like it, then another Nick steps in. This is.
I don't think another Nick will step in.
Well, right, but we don't know that. We don't know. But my point is that Nick's like, this is what I propose. If you don't like it, then I'm out. I mean, and then let someone else kind of fill the shoes, and then we'll vote on that one, right? But I don't think it's like I don't like to look at it as a forced vote. I think it's the only option we have at this very moment. You know.
I don't know.
It's a good one.
The money is dwindling down. Robert, look where the cockroach Brown Legend took us all. There you will see the money. I'm with you guys wanting to hear and see where it went.
Now, I want to say something on that, though. And Daryl Everett, was it Cosmic Blockchain?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to say something on that my whole point and my mission has turned personally is I want Brian to be brought to justice, but at the very least, I want him to regret everything that he did, because we all basically became successful and we worked together and we moved forward and we turned extremely negative into a positive. And it might be childish, but I'll have a little bit of I'll be a little happy about the fact that it was like, yeah, we did this after you tried to destroy us, and we all came together and moved forward. And look what you did. You could have easily been. He could have easily been like honest and straightforward and done the right thing and all that kind of stuff, and maybe we would have survived and all that kind of stuff. But he didn't. He chose to do this, and he chose to mock us with this ridiculous that AMA did and all that other stuff. I want to turn this around. I want this to be super successful. I want him to be sitting there going, man, I missed out on an opportunity of a lifetime. That's all. That's what I want. And I mean, it's probably childish, and I probably am, I probably shouldn't act that way. I should be more mature and, not hold grudges. But my grudge would be, I want us all to be successful, and I want him to regret everything he ever did. Boom.
Claire Trev says they want you to raise another $3 million in order to do everything after all you have already sacrificed. It was funny seeing Nick's diplomatic response to seeing worldwide token. LOL. I didn't see that one.
How did that go?
I didn't see that one.
It went as well as could be expected.
Bobtail says way too much to catch up on. What's the latest probability of a blockchain? I say 50-50. Depending on Sunday. Good point. Who's a good point, Kryptonian? Bobtail's up to our vote. Sky High, Nick doesn't want to finish Vulcan. He wants to reshape it to his interests. It'll be different if he gave the option of finishing Vulcan or vote for the new path. It's really take it or leave it. Black and Crypto, the fact is Nick didn't believe that the original blockchain would work, yet was still happy to be paid for development. The pivot now to a blockchain set up for his own interests, development, NFT, I see low value.
I don't see. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about the volume, but as far as like, well, he took money, even though he, I don't know if that's not necessarily what his business was. I mean, if his business was to connect devs or his devs to build, well, you tell them what you want to build, and if they can build it, they will build it. It doesn't matter if it works or not. They're going to build it because that's what you pay. That's what you're paying to get built. Now Nick is in the driver's seat. Now he can kind of be like, look, this blockchain tokenomics is trash. He could, right? He hasn't necessarily say it like that, but he's like, yo, a lot of this stuff's got to change.
Well, he said it was gimmick. He said the flex pool was gimmick.
Yeah, he said a lot of gimmicks. He said he's not a gimmick guy. And honestly, like the only gimmick that I thought was legit that didn't sound like, hey, you need to hold your funds until 30 days was the flex. The flex was the one thing that I thought was pretty decent because it helped the nodes. That's the understanding that I had with the flex, the claiming option, because that had been like a gas transaction. With the power pool and stuff, I always thought that was just like just want people to hold. But then investing came in, and it was like, oh man, you ain't got no choice. That like,
right. Biz says, if Nick takes the helm, he will be bringing in his existing companies under one umbrella and move as number one. This is how committed he is. This is how he's committed to this community.
Yeah, I mean, I do my digital art thing, him doing this NFT stuff, I can only hope for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. I want this blockchain, especially with Nick. He's really in NFTs and stuff, and I'm just getting into the NFT world, and I see where the future is for NFTs, not just for art, but for gaming. You guys know, like, I deal with gaming. My Guys to Gaming project is probably 75% NFT than it is actual, like a token, like a regular token. I think there's a lot of opportunity for NFTs, and if you can ask anybody that's in the NFT world, I mean, Nick is got rep.
Yeah, he's big on those NFTs. Sky High says, then to really rub our faces in it, these guys have been getting paid cushy salaries, and now they get 7.5 million tokens allocated to themselves. They were never out. They didn't have their money locked up for over a year. Where's the allocation to the investors who are the ones got effed the whole time? You're giving Nick the easy road, guys. I worked as long as I continue to get paid, even if that means working with these scammers and knowing blockchain code and tokenomics didn't work for a year now.
Chad, you might be right, but
BL lies, he didn't market shit. Boost NFTs give $1.50 entries for new money and added bonus to OGs. Wouldn't it be cool if they were available across Decentrology and EVM compatible chains? Nick mostly likely market the boosters. Guys, come on, the 1.2 million we got was the Oopsie money. Vulcan money is gone.
Straight up.
Yeah,
hey,
so.
Nick just tweeted out you guys, and I guess to remind you guys of the Twitter space he's having with you guys.
Oh yeah, so I think Nick is going to try to join us. He's going to try to join us on the Twitter Spaces, Chris. So I don't know if you got that message.
Yeah, I'm actually messaging stuff.
Richard Harwood joined.
That's messaging stuff.
Yeah,
that brain just gives out.
That's bourbon. And Kryptonian, don't just wait, man. We're gonna be on.
You know what Kryptonian said, Chris? That in your time, he said that you guys used to send mail.
All I hear is your map giggling. What happened? What?
Oh damn! You know what, Prado?
Yeah. Wow.
I haven't dropped one
looked at more like the buys.
I'm just joking, man. I just those guys are a lot of fun to listen to, man. And this is probably the most you've ever spoken ever, Compton. I mean, I'm not surprised. You got. I mean, this is an amazing night. This is an amazing night. We've got Pride actually going through the chats before the last 5 minutes. And you're talking. It's crazy, man. And Pride, are you about to go eat or what?
No. I had some pizza tonight.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I got the new stuffed crust pizza from Papa John's, that garlic thing. whatever it is.
Ooh, man, I love
Papa
Papa John's
John's.
stuffed crust? Really?
Are you
What is the
serious?
stuffed crust with? Is it with the cheese? Because
Garlic Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan.
Damn.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna order that, man. That sounds good.
I
Yeah.
don't support Papa John's. I'm sorry.
I think that, you know what I was thinking. The best thing
You got
that
like
this
In
team-
and Out pizza, right?
No.
Okay, Prado. That's it. Someone
Yeah,
mute
you
this
know
guy.
what, Kryptonian? Now you're just being hurtful.
What do you say,
No,
Fowler?
I'm just-
Oh,
What's
I
up?
was just say, what would be cool? What this team could do is, I don't know, allocate funds for. And I see somebody brought up like a comment. But I think allocate some funds for, some type of legal counsel for investors, like, because we're the ones that got screwed out of the money. We're the ones that taking the most blunt of the pain of what's happened here. I think if one thing that the team could do, maybe take from, I don't care where, but some type of percentage, very small percentage that can go to a wallet to help us for a class action lawsuit, like somebody's bringing up at the bottom of the comments, like, to go after dudes, put us in this situation in the first place. Because last thing I think anybody wants to see is Brian Legend go scot-free, like just skippity jumping down the street. Oh, they got the blockchain. I'm off the hook. Peace. I think that's what a lot of people want. Because I mean, there's different people that want to see different things. There's people that want to see the blockchain. There's people that want to get, they want blood. There's this, and answers for where the money is. And then there's people that just want to make sure that Brian Legend ends up in jail for the things that he's done. Like you screw people over and you flaunting about it. There's countless of project owners right now that scammed out their projects, and they out on Instagram taking pictures wherever they are, driving around and stuff, and doing all types of things. Those guys are the type of dudes that end up with their head cut off and body parts chopped and put into a suitcase, right? And nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants that. But that's what's the reality is what's happening out there right now. And here's this guy, he's doing this in front of people. And I don't want to hear about him chopped up and put into a suitcase. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. Because that's the easy way out, to be honest. Because there's no real payback for that for what's happened. I'd rather him sit in jail and just be like watching us like live our lives and see smoking and everything else that we was trying to do actually happen. I want that. So if they could put together a fund, that would be nice.
I think Kryptonian's over there cleaning his gun or something. What are you doing?
I don't know if he's cleaning his gun or he's getting his bike ready or something. I'm
Sorry,
like,
guys.
dude,
I thought I was muted. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm actually.
No.
I actually am.
No, we heard what you were saying about Fowler. I was like, stop, man. That's.
Are you
just
cleaning the
wrong.
gun?
I actually am. Yeah. Cleaning one of my suppressors, man. My bad, guys. I thought I was muted.
You could hear him twisting it on and all. I was like, dude, I know.
He's getting ready for the blockchain.
He's like Fowler's talking about non-violence and stuff. He's up here like cleaning guns.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I was like. Damn. I was like, how about the irony, man? I was like, what are you talking about, Fowler? Is my camera on or something?
He's getting pissed off. Kryptonian's getting pissed off.
He's like, man.
Nah, I'm good, man. The best revenge is to live well, guys. Is to live well.
Right. Success.
That's right. That's right.
Way behind. Let's see.
Man, they could have done all types of things with that money, man. They could have, when Bitcoin was low, they could have bought more Bitcoin.
He probably did. Hey, he probably did.
What happened to the Bitcoin sacrifice?
Right. Where is that Bitcoin?
Oh man. Chris, you should vote with all three wallets. I believe that your vote is weighted based on how many vol that you have.
Yeah, but I don't think that's fair, though. I don't think it should be a vote. It should be. I think if you have one vol, you sacrifice one vol, or you sacrifice 100,000. It should be one vote. It shouldn't be like the top people get more say.
Yeah, it should be just one wallet, one vote. To be honest, like that's the best way of handling this. But if you go by weight, then I mean it's going to be whoever's got the most, which right now, again, we don't even know if they're going to blacklist the most heaviest wallets on the top 10, which are up for discussion because they're suspicious at this point.
Yeah, I just feel like that. I mean, it might not be. People might think it's not smart, but just because I split my holdings into 3 wallets, well, I mean, I guess the amount and everything like that, I don't know. I just feel better about the fact that, just yay or nay. That's it. Not yay, nay, nay. Like you got a bunch of, I get a bunch of votes because of what I have. I don't know. Maybe it'll change. Maybe they'll convince me.
Kryptonian, how will Property Flex work with no flex and power pool?
We've got options, guys. We've got options. We actually going to be meeting about that. Remember, when we realized that the chain was there, it was no more. Me and the guys over at Property Flex were already making other provisions, and we've talked about that many times. So stay tuned, fellas. Stay tuned.
Guys, as a creator called a prosecution token, raise funds via investments can be used to go after every scammer in crypto. That's some utility right there for you.
Yeah, I don't know why the BruteFi guys haven't really done something like that. I
think they were talking about it. I think somebody was bringing that up and everything, but they have a whole thing about how you can file complaints and all that.
I mean, like a fund. Like I don't understand why they haven't started like a fund just to
somebody was talking about it and everything like that, but it was like, I think that I don't know, but I thought I had read that they were like they wanted to gather more information before they started pursuing that avenue. But they have a lot of information, so I don't know. But again, it's one of those things that people have to pull money out of their pocket again and go after this dirtbag when he should just be, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's 2 hour mark. We're getting wrapped up, guys. Now y'all got to do y'all Twitter spaces.
Yeah, about an hour at 9 p.m. Central.
Okay.
We'll have a Twitter spaces. Definitely, if you find Chris or myself, follow us, right? And then also, the link is there. Get in there. We're going to be talking. Everybody can just raise your hand. You just start talking. You voice your opinion. We go on for usually like 2-3 hours. You just chill. It's real chill. You ain't gotta be on camera, nothing like that. It's awesome. But
smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them, of course.
Well, I mean, I got my bourbon. I got my bourbon for the night. I'm good to go, and
I'll be ready for that one.
Yeah, this is my cigar for the evening, so I'll be ready to go for the Twitter space. So I won't be on camera, and I will be a degenerate like I always am.
Oh yeah, and the spaces, it's off the cuff, meaning there's no profanity filters or nothing. We ain't got to worry about being demonetized or nothing like that.
Yeah, so, Kryptonian.
Man, what are you talking about?
He gonna be in that clean as gun.
Kryptonian, you gotta remember, Kryptonian. If you say the F word more than 7 times, we get demonetized.
Really, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, that's messed up, bro.
Kryptonian's like, that really F's up for you, man. Sorry about your luck.
That's kind of effed up, bro.
Oh man.
No, I won't do that. Yeah, I do not like to curse. I didn't really start cursing until I started hanging out with the people from New York. You know what I mean? So, but I'm good now, man. I'm getting back to my roots.
I get on your case every once in a while. I mean, you guys do a good job, but I'm like, hey.
Yeah, no, you do. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he sends me an allowance every week, and when I don't see that deposit, I'm like, I must be cursing. I got like a swear jar or something like that. Every time I drop an F-bomb, he
Well, that's the other way. If there's a swear jar, you need to be sending me the money.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And Bitcoin.
Yeah, send me your Bitcoin, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll send some Bitcoin.
Don't send me Bitcoin, man.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for the night. Thank you all for showing up, especially Kryptonian. You've been here in a while, Kryptonian.
Yeah, well, man, because you're here longer than an hour, man. I tried to catch you, man, but you're like, all right, guys, got to go to Chili's. I always miss it, dude. You gave me that extra 30 minutes, man, so I appreciate you, bro. I love jumping on here with you, man.
All right.
If you can stay on longer than an hour, man, I'm down 100%. So.
All right, guys. Peace out.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for letting me join. Brad, appreciate the invite.
No problem.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thanks, guys. Take